Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do your January 2022 reading, the first month of the new year. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, if you have been here before, I also encourage you to like my channel if you find value in my reading. And subscribe, of course. That will help me to develop more content and spread more content to more folks. So I am in great gratitude as I have already laid out the horoscope cards, and I'm going to read the bottom of the Schulten deck, the Ten of Cups. This is showing me a sense of ultimate satisfaction and pleasure. And from this card, Virgo, I sense the absolute love of the pleasure, love of the process of creating and building your heart's desire. There is some goal here that you have worked your entire life to achieve, or something that represents ultimate and complete bliss for you. It's different for everyone, but this often involves loved ones, a comfortable and happy home, and a loving community that supports you and that you provide support, nurturance, and care for. So this is often called a wish fulfillment, and it's ultimate, which is a beautiful way to guide the first month of the new year. In the first house, we have the Knight of Warriors, or the Warrior of Swords, the Knight of Swords. This is showing you to be characteristically somewhat objective in your approach to every area of your life. However, you're looking at new ideas. You're looking to gain a new perspective. What you've identified as your overall goal, your overall energy, represents a tremendous opening out of your heart. And in order to feel safe to do that, you've really had to explore and open up your perspective. You're looking to new ideas and new inspirations. You're pursuing and understanding the truth, your truth, in a completely new way than you have in the past. It is about your perspective, and I think you're understanding that, and you've gained the safety to be able to attempt that now and explore these new ideas. The second house is the Ace of Swords, and I'm already seeing the Ace of Cups here. So the idea of pursuing the truth, finding a new information. You've gained new information. In fact, you're moving off on a quest to develop this new information that you've gotten. This is like a breadcrumb. You're following a breadcrumb trail to a new kind of truth, a new level of truth that is inspiring you and others, and it's impacting the things that you are pursuing, the way that you are understanding comfort and security in your life. The third house is the Three of Swords, indicating to me that you have been really working to understand what you would consider to be failures or disappointments from the past. These are experiences that you had that were deeply wounding. They may have come from family of origin or formative experiences, but they're things that promised a potential that was never fulfilled. It never really even began. This pursuit of this desire never really got off the ground. But you're looking at that, and you're taking responsibility for your part in those disappointments, in those unhappinesses, in those heartbreaks, possibly understanding that your heartbreak was the experience of others as well. So the sword cuts both ways. And your fourth house is the Magician. And the Magician, like the aces, are ones. In fact, the Magician indicates your ability to tap in and focus, concentrate your powers and your will towards a desired outcome. So this is very much pointing us like a map from your soul, from your unconscious. You are manifesting a brand new desire, a brand new way of doing things. You have new goals now as you release the heartache and the disappointment of old experiences. You are actually energized by your understanding of your role in your past disappointments. And this is allowing you to focus and concentrate on what it is that you want as you begin to experience the freer flow, less judgmental flow of ideas, desires, focus. You are aligning yourself to your idea of beauty, love, and expression. And you have had to let go of a lot of your understanding about your role as fulfilling the needs of others. In the fifth house, the house of creativity, we have the nymph or the page of swords. And this is again about your willingness to be a beginner in gaining a new perspective, opening up to new ideas, new thoughts, and understanding that these new ideas represent a truth that has taken you a lot of courage to be able to open up to. This new path is allowing you to entertain ideas that you may not have been able to entertain in the past, and for you to recognize that your experience of reality is very much shaped by your perspective. So that something that seemed fruitless or hopeless or not successful in the past now has a new potential. Now you have a new view of, in a way that opens up possibilities that were not there in the past. In the sixth house, we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is indicating your ability to contain new ideas and resources. So you are juggling and trying to learn. You're moving up fairly rapidly. You've opened up in a fairly quick succession after possibly years and years of trotting a safe and comfortable path. You're opening yourself up to discomfort in terms of what would have been uncomfortable to you in the past. Now you see the potential. You can imagine and recognize that there is value in new ways of doing things. However, you are trying to learn as you juggle these two possibilities before you. The past, the conventional way, the new way that can open doors to your future while you stand at the fulcrum there, really trying to keep up with new levels of information. In the seventh house, we have the Sun card. This is beautiful. This indicates to me a really deep kind of falling in love with your higher self, with the potential that you once neglected, you once fenced or outlined in such a way that you believed it occupied perhaps a long ago or an earlier version of your life. You are now having an opportunity to revisit that talent or joy. This is something that makes your heart sing, something that comes naturally and intuitively to you. This is an expression that is building upon a more innocent and natural sense of who you are. Your ability to connect with that event, that activity, those people, that relationship is reconnecting you up with the pleasure and joy of your life. This is an enlightenment. This is you recognizing that you are free as you choose to be. As you move forward, identifying your pleasure, bringing light and love to what you do, and bringing that as well to those you work with so that the load of your work, the load of your vision is lightened, becomes playful and more pleasurable. In the 8th house, Virgo, we have the Chance card in the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. Chance is actually the Wheel of Fortune, the number 10. And the 10 are portals, and this is your overall energy. So the same energy of achieving something that leads you to something else is very much about the Wheel of Fortune, the chance energy. So the universe is opening up to you. You have partnered in some way with the universe, be that an ancestor's guidance, a teacher that you respect, anyone that you respect as an authority is now assisting you in opening up the world, turning that perspective and allowing the universe to aid you, giving back to you what you have been giving out. If you are a teacher, your students are going to surprise you as they teach you new things. If you are a worker, an artist of any sort, as you share, as you've nurtured, as you've supported, as you've instructed, you will now be given the favor of your efforts, the rewards and the benefits of the efforts that you have already put in. So things are turning towards you. Things are turning towards a recognition of your effort. In the 9th house, we have the 5 of Cups. And this is the card that shows me that you have grieved through a lot of the exercise and effort of your travels, of your education. You have made a lot of moves. You've moved around a lot. And you have had to say goodbye. You've ended, you've lost a lot in your efforts to ply your trade, to do your work, to do your job. You've had to move. You've had numerous relationships that have failed and perhaps been disappointing to you. At this time, it may feel like there's been more disappointment, loss, for which you are grieving. However, the focus for you now is away from the past, to let go that sense of loss and grieving, because what you need is right there before you. You have the 2 cups of deep connection, soul connection, your highest self, right there in front of you, providing all the support that you need to move forward. So this, again, is a card of transition. You're on the move towards a better and more stable, more aligned relationship and connection that will feed you. And it's here. It's here within you, Virgo, in your 10th house. This is the way others see you. This is the Ace of Cups, which is the card that represents not only the flow of love in the universe that you are tapping into, you are opening up to, but it also represents the ability for you to harness this energy to serve yourself, to aid yourself, to imagine the possibilities, to imagine the new you as a result of finding and committing to your happiness. Committing to recognizing that as you help and nurture others, then that fills your soul and you are the recipient of the rewards of that. So this shows you in the flow, and again is kind of emphasizing a creative opportunity here, a chance for you to recognize the joy and the pleasure in your activities, in your work. Your work is an avocation for you, Virgo. It is not a job. Your whole being is poured into your social standing and the resources you provide to others. So you speak for others, you speak to others, you have audiences. And what you're speaking, what you're sharing is opening up the heart of the world. And the 11th house is the Reclamation card, and in the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck, this is the same as the Devil. That's the number 15. I have to use the word devil so that it conjures up for me what the Reclamation card does. There are the bat wings, there's the cloven hoof. This card is very much about the temptation to be comfortable. You've built a career, you've built a life around by staying in your lane, by being comfortable, by following a conventional route to success. However, you're now recognizing that this conventional route has worn out for you. It no longer fulfills your meaning, your need for meaning, as it once did. But you also recognize that this is a choice. This is the same choice that you are now making to choose yourself. Here you've spent a lifetime meeting the needs of others, as was your understanding of your obligation and your role. However, you're now recognizing that meeting others' needs does not should not exclude your needs. In fact, your needs should be primary. And that's where you are releasing yourself from this illusion. The bottom of the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot deck had the Wayfarer card, and I left this up because it's very much the Lover's card in this deck and the Devil. These two cards reflect each other. The Wayfarer card is showing that you know how to discriminate now between what is best for you and what is not. And you're now in a position to choose those things that serve you, serve your highest potential, and do not just take you down a road where everyone else gets their needs met and it's your job to do that. This is a radical shift. You are choosing you. And the 12th house has the 6 of Swords. This is you finding peace. This is you moving away from some difficulties. The 3 of Swords and the 5 of Cups indicates that you are still struggling with some sorrows. Your heart is still mending. You are still looking for the composure and the lessons that you learned from some deep heartache. And this card indicates that you're moving away from that discord, that stress, moving to calmer waters by accepting the experiences that you had that have taught you that you have this choice and can now choose this direction of peace and love and support and nurturance. If you find value in this reading, Virgo, please like and even subscribe to my channel as I pull your crystal oracle card for the month of January. Okay, let's see. All right. We have, I love the colors of these cards, an ametrine, and the key word is intuition. I'm fully aligned with my intuition. I trust this powerful wisdom to guide me. So I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. I thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. And until next time, Namaste.